Emotional and social development during childhood and adolescence plays a critical role in shaping identity, interpersonal relationships, academic success, and overall mental health. Unlike cognitive growth, which focuses on knowledge and problem solving, emotional and social development emphasizes the ability to understand oneself, form secure relationships, regulate emotions, and navigate complex social structures. In this module, we explore the developmental milestones, theories, challenges, and educational implications associated with emotional and social growth from infancy through adolescence. The module is designed to help educators recognize normal versus abnormal emotional trajectories, understand the interdependence of emotional and social competence, and develop strategies that foster emotional intelligence, resilience, empathy, and pro-social behavior in youth. Educators must be equipped not only to teach academic subjects, but also to create emotionally responsive and socially inclusive classrooms where children can thrive both personally and relationally. Theoretical foundations of emotional and social development. 1. Erik Erikson's Psychosocial Stages, Trust versus Mistrust. Infancy. Foundation of secure attachment. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. Toddlerhood. Developing self-control. Initiative versus guilt, preschool. Exploration and planning. Industry versus inferiority, school age. Competence through tasks. Identity versus role confusion, adolescence. Developing self-concept and purpose. Each stage builds upon the resolution of previous stages. Failure to resolve crises can hinder future growth. Attachment theory. John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth. Secure attachment leads to confident exploration and stable relationships. Insecure avoidant, insecure ambivalent, and disorganized attachments associated with emotional dysregulation, anxiety, and poor social skills. Social learning theory. Albert Bandura. Children learn emotional expressions and social behaviors through observation, imitation, and reinforcement. Modeling by caregivers, teachers, and peers is crucial. 4. Emotional intelligence theory. Daniel Goleman. Emotional intelligence, EQ, includes self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, and social skills. EQ is a stronger predictor of success than IQ in many life domains. 5.2 Emotional development. Across stages. Infancy, 0 to 2 years, expresses basic emotions, joy, anger, fear. Develops emotional bonds through attachment. Needs consistent care for emotional security. Early childhood, 3 to 6 years. Begins to label and express emotions verbally. Shows empathy but is still egocentric. Learns emotional regulation through play and routine. Middle childhood, 7 to 12 years. Understands complex emotions like guilt, shame, and pride. Engages in perspective taking. Peer acceptance becomes important. Adolescence, 13 to 19 years. Heightened emotional intensity due to hormonal changes in brain development. Increased capacity for introspection, idealism, and abstract emotion. Identity formation leads to emotional vulnerability and mood variability. 5.3 Social development trajectories. Infancy. Begins socialization through smiling, eye contact, and responsiveness. Early childhood develops friendships based on proximity and shared activities. Learn turn-taking and conflict resolution. Middle childhood friendship becomes reciprocal and based on mutual trust. Group belonging and peer acceptance are crucial. Adolescence. Peer relationships may supersede family ties in importance. Experiences peer pressure, romantic relationships, and social comparison. Develops complex self-concept involving social roles, moral reasoning, and identity experimentation. 5.4 Factors. Influencing emotional and social development. Biological factors. Temperament, brain development, hormonal changes, especially during puberty. Environmental factors. Parenting style, authoritative versus authoritarian versus permissive. Socioeconomic status. Family structure, e.g., single parent, blended. Cultural context. Different cultures express and interpret emotions differently. Some cultures value emotional suppression, while others encourage expressiveness. School environment. Supportive teacher-student relationships foster emotional security. Bullying, peer exclusion, and academic pressure can impair emotional growth. 5.5 Emotional and social challenges. Emotional dysregulation. Inability to manage emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety may lead to classroom disruption or withdrawal. Attachment disorders. Reactive attachment disorder, RAD, disinhibited social engagement disorder, DSED, social withdrawal or rejection can lead to loneliness, depression, or antisocial behavior. Aggression and bullying may stem from poor emotional understanding, trauma, or lack of empathy. Mental health disorders. Anxiety, depression, and conduct disorders often surface during late childhood and adolescence. 5.6 Educational strategies for supporting emotional and social development. Social emotional learning, SEL programs. Explicitly teach emotional literacy, empathy, conflict resolution, and responsible decision-making. Modeling and coaching teachers must model calm, respectful behavior and coach you through emotional crises. Classroom management techniques build classroom norms that value respect, kindness, and cooperation. Emotion coaching. Help children name emotions and explore strategies for handling them constructively. Peer mediation and mentoring encourages conflict resolution and cross-age support. Safe and inclusive environment. Encourage acceptance of diversity, identity exploration, and emotional safety. Parental collaboration. Communicate with caregivers to ensure emotional concerns are addressed holistically. 5.7 The role of the educator. Educators are emotional architects of the classroom. Beyond academic instruction, they must detect emotional distress early, support struggling with compassion and referral, celebrate emotional growth and social skill milestones, foster a community of belonging and positive peer interaction, recognize their own emotional responses, and model emotional control. Summary: emotional and social development form the backbone of a child's ability to learn, connect, and thrive. For educators, understanding these dynamics is not just supplemental, it is foundational to building effective, inclusive, and empowering learning spaces. Emotionally and socially intelligent educators cultivate emotionally intelligent individuals. I look forward to congratulating you upon the completion of this course.